G'day everybody, Big Matty here. Welcome to another discussion video, and today I'd like to talk about possible fourth specs for each class. Now, Blizzard has a tendency of doing test content, I've noticed, with various things they've added to the game, such as the farm, which led into garrisons, Timeless Isle, which basically led into the entirety of Warlords of Draenor, and Druids having the fourth spec added as Guardian. I think it's quite possible that we might be seeing a fourth spec for each individual class in the game, or I think that'd be pretty sweet. So this is a sort of a wish list type video, I guess you could say, and just to kind of start a little discussion with you guys. Now first off, I'm going to start with the Hunter, and obviously you go with the Hunter video I released a few days ago. Gunslinger is the one I want. I want pistols. The AoE done with the pistols is sort of like with grenades and stuff. Sort of a less orientation on pets. But yeah, the gunslinger, you have dual wield pistol, sort of like a duelist, and you use grenades and flashbangs and stuff like that in PvP, and cluster bombs for AoE and all that type of stuff. I think that would be pretty fucking sweet. Sort of like an engineered hunter class. For the druid, obviously they have the 4 specs already, so they got the range, healing, melee DPS, and tanking. They got it all. They cover all the roles currently in WoW, so they're good to go. Alright, the mage. I reckon a pretty cool one would be the Spellblade. Sort of like, I don't know if you've played Diablo 3, but the mage in that conjures sort of blades in the air. So, sort of a mage that uses arcane or fire, whatever else, and creates ethereal weapons, swords, fist weapons, does blade attacks, focus more on mobility and things like that. I reckon that'd be pretty fucking cool. For a rogue, Swashbuckler. If you're unaware, back in beta, rogues actually had the ability to use shields, small bucklers and stuff like that. So I thought a rogue as a swashbuckler, sort of like a party dude with a little shield, and sort of like a fencing, focusing more on defense and parries and, you know, a bit of movement play and stuff like that. I reckon that'd be pretty sweet for a rogue. Sort of like an off-tanky sort of class, not as high DPS, but more survivability sort of role. I think that'd be pretty neat. As for a shaman, fucking polearms with shields and a tank. For ages you had Rockbiter weapon that allowed you to generate extra threat. So bring that back, give them a polearm, give them a shield, and you use earth and nature to give yourself harder skin and stuff to tank for different dungeons and raids and shit like that. That'd be pretty sweet. For the warrior, brawler. So a actual fist weapons orientated warrior that uses a charge, punches, and grapples. Sort of like Zangief from Street Fighter. I reckon that'd be fucking awesome. Priest? I've never actually played a priest. I think the highest priest I ever got to was 8, so I actually don't know what would be cool for priest. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Down in the comments, what do you think a priest should get? Now, warlocks have a very long-running history with warlocks, and a really cool idea I thought that's not in the game currently is a support DPS role. And what I mean by this is actually having the warlock do mid-range DPS, so not, you know, not the power level destruction and stuff, but then more of their role is to empower allies and people around them. So in a dungeon, for example, your rotation would be giving certain people of the party various empowerments. And you could have a cooldown where you create this well of energy and everyone clambers inside of it to do extra DPS and stuff like that. Sort of like a support role, but not on the end of just fucking healing or tanking, and more of a support role for the DPS. I think that'd be fucking pretty cool. And for the monks, an actual class that uses staves to fight with. Sort of like Donatello from Ninja Turtles, if you would. I think that'd be absolutely sweet. You know, monks with the Chinese swords and all that type of stuff. An actual staff spec. And you like cartwheel with the staff, and you do parries, and you deflect frost bolts and all sorts of stuff. I reckon that'd be fucking awesome. And the Death Knight. Since I don't actually think we'll get a dedicated role for this, a Necromancer I think would be absolutely awesome. So a more ranged orientated Death Knight with the use of curses and summoning small skeletons and the like to DPS and tank for you, and sort of a more mainstay tank role. I know Unholy has a pet, but it doesn't really tank for you. And I thought a Necromancer would be pretty cool. You have like 3 or 4 skeletons, sort of like the Demonology's imps. As your DPS, you raise little skeletons and stuff. They sort of do the tanking and everything for your class while you throw out curses and dot damage and all that type of stuff. I reckon that'd be fucking pretty cool. And the final one that is really, really close to my heart is the Paladin. All I ever want, as you can see from this video, I level as Holy. I've always played Holy. I think Holy is the best spec. And an actual Shokadin. So a Holy Range DPS class, I think would absolutely be sick. The things I would do to people. And as you can see here, it's just kind of like off damage as the healing spec, and I'm sufficiently killing mobs and shit as I go along. So if they dedicated a 4th role to the Paladin, which was actual Holy Range damage, I think that would be absolutely awesome. So yeah guys, what do you think? 4th specs in World of Warcraft for each class. What would you want from World of Warcraft in the future if this was the case? Like your favorite class, what aspects of that class do you think could be added to bring a little bit more excitement to the overall gameplay of World of Warcraft? Alright guys, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. And I'll leave a quick snippet because the next video coming up is going to be a collab with one of my favorite WoW YouTubers. I'm going to leave a small little audio track just so some of you will kind of guess who it is. Until next time guys, thanks for listening and have fun.
In which case, I have a question for you. Have your balls dropped off?